Hey, it's Shannon. I wanted to show you a new journal that I just finished yesterday. So the cover, front and back cover, are collaged fabric pieces that I put kind of collage style onto paper and then stitched over top. And then I put them both on the front and back covers. You'll see the back cover at the end. This journal is full of chunky goodness, and I've actually glued the pages together. So it's a standard composition book, and I've glued the pages together so that there are always thicker pages, basically 2 pages together at a time. And that means that there are only about 40 writing pages in this book, which is perfect for me because I like to work in a book for about a month and then I can retire it and go on to the next book. So I've done lots in this journal. I've got some little tabs. I have a huge collection of vintage sewing trim. So I've cut little snippets and put in little tabs with the vintage trim. You can see there those little people on the bottom right. And then I've just chosen some of my favorite papers to put in on the left-hand side of a lot of the spreads. I did that because I'm right-handed and I prefer writing on the right side of notebooks. So I figured that I would have the left side decorated and then the right side I've left mostly free. Here's some vintage purple dingle balls that I thought are just so cute. So I put those on there too. And lots of washi tape in this journal. And sometimes I even layered the washi tape, doubled them up a little bit. That's red rickrack, and you can see the stitching actually comes through, like the other side of the stitching you can see on the back of the page. I put some glitter down over top of this pretty pink kind of lacy stuff. You can't really see the glitter or shine in video. I'm not sure why that happens, but... And here, these 2 tabs are, the top one is just like a painted sheet that I did, and then the bottom is more of that vintage trim. Different, again, I have probably 100 different styles of that vintage trim, and I love being able to use little bits in journals like this. And again, more pretty pages on the left, and then I've got most of the pages I have washi tape wrapped around, so fastened on one side and then wrapped around and fastened on the other side. And then I just ran a lot of the pages through my sewing machine and playing around with my fancy stitches, which I don't really get to do very often, but it's really fun to do it in a journal like this because you can see both sides. I was playing around with the thread colors. So my top thread for some of these, I did top thread as turquoise and then the bottom thread was green or white. So really fun to play around with different stitches and stuff there. Most of the pieces are glued in and then stitched over top, like the stitching's more decorative than actually adhering things in. Oh, on the left-hand side there is actually vintage wrapping paper. I just love that color blue. And some more, this is just some paper that I wrapped over. I like that pink and some purple trim at the top. Oh my gosh, this is so fun. This sort of dangly trim, not dangly, but like roughly, I don't know, how do you describe it? Trim on the left. And then more vintage wrapping paper with the bells and the flowers and some little blue lace on this one. And then this is just some collage that I did and then cut up into strips. And then I put some washi tape again over the edge of the page. And the left-hand side here is actually glitter polka dots. And I sprayed them down so that I don't get glitter all over my hands every time I open the book. It's too bad that the glitter doesn't really show up well in videos like this. I really like this one tab. It's, again, some collage that I did and cut up into strips. And on the right there, some zigzag sewing. You can see, again, it goes through. So I've got the decorative zigzag on both sides. And then that page there with the house and the tree, that's from a vintage book that I have. Lots of vintage books. I really like this red polka dot washi tape. I actually used it a few times in this journal. And then this trim, yes, is actually three-dimensional flowers, and the colors are just so, so fun. And then over on this side, some metallic gold. This is just, this is some painting sheets that I did with my jelly plate last summer, actually. And on the right, I've stitched around top and side and bottom because I have a little pocket here. So this is a collage paper that I sewed in, and it's going to be a place for me to tuck some little things if I don't want to glue them down or if I want to save them for later. This is an actual sheet of music sheet that I've done a tip in. So I've just glued a strip of the sheet itself in and then covered that with washi tape. So that's kind of a neat little addition. And these orange flowers, super fun again. And that's a dictionary page there that I've torn out, and I've got some stitching there. Fun again. Green rickrack. That limey green is just such a great color. And really went really well with this picture from Vintage Children's book. I can't remember what the book was, but I love the illustrations from mid-century children's books. And the tab there is more collage that I've done and snipped out. And then, oh yeah, you can see there, I've got two layers, or two different washi tapes. And the little rose tab. Oh, and there's more of this polka dot washi. And I was playing around again with some stitches here. So I've got actually 4 different stitches down that page. And then right beside it, I've got the polka dot washi that wraps around. So I can see the red stitching on both sides, which is so good. This trim, oh my goodness, this trim is so much fun. Orange and turquoise, and it's soft and fluffy, and I think it's just hilarious. I just can imagine where somebody would have used that in the 50s. It's so fun. And then on the other side, there's some more collage that I've done. Washi tape and a little pink rose tab there, vintage trim. And this is a shiny silver doily just from the dollar store. I've cut that in half. That's metallic silver. Oh, this is a fun stitch. And you can see it on both sides here again. And this is from an old crochet instructions book. So again, kind of a fun vintage illustration there. And some washi tape. And here's a little pocket that I collected from a promotion that was happening for K-pop Demon Hunters. And some more decorative stitching on this side with a strip of decorative paper. And then here I have an old dictionary page. This is the inside back cover. So you can see this is where I've adhered the ribbons. And that's the back. So yes, you can see that it is already chunky and amazing and colorful and fun and ready to fill. Thanks for watching.